Morning everyone, welcome to Monday's Thought for the Day. Last week, Friday, I bought some wonky strawberries, some wonky mushrooms and some wonky potatoes. I knew they were wonky because it said so on the label. And if the label hadn't told me they were wonky, I wouldn't really have known. They looked fine, and they didn't taste wonky, whatever wonky tastes like. Have you noticed that wonky fruit and vegetables are appearing in all our shops? At a cheaper price than the perfect items. Now, I know this is the supermarket's response to how much of these fruit and vegetables would have been previously wasted, and in one sense it's an admirable thing, isn't it, what they're doing, but the underlying issues are real nonsense, I think, and you might disagree with me. The other thing is, don't get me started on fair trade, because I think rather than labelling things fair trade, we should label all those items that aren't fair trade as not fair trade, and we might get some progress then. Anyway, that's a bit of an aside. When I was a child, everything was wonky. You didn't have to go in a shop and ask for a pound of wonky potatoes or a punnet of wonky strawberries. The shopkeeper would have thought that you were winding him up. And in those years since we've become wired to buy the perfect, to look for the perfect, and the wonky has been discarded. We're told that it's consumer choice, but is it really? What is it? What is the pursuit of perfection? It's caused massive waste. It's caused farmers to lose money. It's caused the poorest in the world to earn pittances and sometimes lose their livelihoods, and fruits and vegetables are picked before their time, and taste is missing. And I was wondering whether there's a link here about how we might feel about ourselves, our own image, particularly of our body. We're bombarded with images of perceived perfection, aren't we, on TV and film and magazines, and women are particularly shown in this idealised form, mostly airbrushed, not reality. But men too are now beginning to be influenced by such idealised images of masculinity. There was a programme just recently that purported to be about celebrating diversity in women's body shapes, and the programme entailed women standing in front of a mirror naked on camera, telling themselves that they loved their body. I'm not sure how that helps anyone apart from the producers of the TV programme. The Bible nowhere encourages towards perfection. It promises us perfection, future perfection in an age to come, as a free gift of God's grace. And this is so we will be free from perfectionism. If you look at the Bible, that's why God goes to great lengths to expose the imperfect, the clay feet of the Bible's faith heroes. Abraham, the great model of faith, has his Hagar episode. Moses, the Christ-like prophet, has his disqualifying rock incident. Aaron, the great Christ-like high priest, has his golden calf disaster. David, the great Christ-like king, has his Bathsheba affair. Peter, the great apostle and Christ confessor, trips over his clay feet throughout the Gospels and beyond. And the Acts and the epistles give us a warts and all view into the imperfect lives of the earliest Christians. God knows our perfectionist temptations and tendencies. And he's filled the Bible with stories of his incredibly patient and amazing grace towards us. with those who continue to imperfectly fight with and stumble in their sin and their imperfections. He wants us to know that perfection in behaviour and motivation is completely out of our experiential reach on this earth. In our ongoing battles, God's not looking for the perfect, the externally performed behaviour or perfect internally performed motivation from us. God's looking for love and faith, knowing full well both will be imperfect, no matter how much we grow in them. We're all wonky, and wonky is normal. We'd be on the reduced shelves in the supermarket, or worse, discarded. God won't discard us. He loves us in all our wonkiness. Look after yourselves. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.